This week's episode is brought to you by Capital Financial Advisory Group for all your retirement needs.
Broadcasting from coast to coast, it's the Financial Safari with your host, Coach Pete D'Arruda. You'll hear from some of the nation's top financial professionals. So stick around and find out how to make it through the jungle of the financial world, right here on the Financial Safari.
Welcome to Financial Safari. You got consumer advocate Jackie Selby, senior consumer advocate Dave Perkins, and 16-time published author Coach Pete. The new book we're going to talk about today, the big book on retirement, brand new, hot off the presses. Should we go straight into devising a playbook?
Well, it's 316 pages. We're not going to go straight into anything, Jackie. We're going to talk about each other and see what's going on.
All right.
Folks, it's been a long week. The market has been tumbling. It's recovered a little bit, then tumbled again. It's like trying to push a big boulder up a hill sometimes when we have all our money in the market. So we have to, this is a wake-up call. We have, the first time ever, the Dow was down 1,000 points in a day. Started the day down 1,000, recovered a little bit during the day, ended the day down over 1,000. Not a good day. Not a good barometer about what's going on if we have all our money at risk. So today's show is going to be about how to tame down your risk, how to have that playbook, that plan, and having a coach on your side who specializes in making sure you don't have worry when we have bad markets like we have been having and could have in the future. Jackie, the market's been around for a long time, longer than me, and it's been up, it's been down, it's been all around. When people get in trouble, though, is when they have too much money at risk, isn't it?
Too much money at risk and too short of a time to make a correction.
We call it the runway. So if you only have a couple years left to retirement, you have a short runway. You can't have a big plane take off on a short runway. It's going to crash.
Right.
Conversely, if you want to land, you need a big stretch of runway to land. So if you come in and you've already missed a lot of the runway and you try to land, you have to do a touch and go, they call it. I have some pilot friends. I had Sully Sullenberg on the show years ago, the guy that landed the plane to Hudson. A touch and go is when they realize they don't have enough room on the runway. They touch and they go again.
Right.
They full speed ahead to go around the airport again and try to land. So we don't want to have that kind of thing happen to retirement and retirement income. So we need to make sure we have an income plan that's designed, that's going to be for us and our family. It's going to be here for the rest of our life. So you want to talk about chapter 3, I guess, in there to start with.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the playbook. I mean, we always need the playbook and the strategy's the best for us. And I think we're reminded the last few months how important it is to anticipate that Cat 5 storm.
Good, relevant topic here.
Exactly, sort of.
So it is. I mean, we can't predict the weather. I mean, even the weathermen can't predict the weather a lot of times. You ever watch the weather? They say it's going to rain tomorrow and it's clear, and they say it's going to be clear tomorrow and it's raining. So they're right about half the time. We can't afford to do a weatherman type philosophy when we have financial planning. We need to be right 100% of the time, especially when it's money we're going to need for the rest of our lives. Think about it, Jackie. I mean, if you get to retirement and you're fine, you've got a good bag of money in retirement, and the day after retirement, someone comes and holds you up and steals some of that money. Is your retirement still fine?
No, it isn't.
That's why we can't have all our money in a place where it can be stolen. Stolen by, well, thieves in the financial world, stolen by bad market environments, stolen by the tax man, stolen by inflation. There's a lot of thieves out here. I call them financial termites. So we have to isolate some money away from any risk, away from any termites, away from any taxes, hopefully, or at least know what the taxes are going to be and minimize the taxes. It's called a tax plan. We do a lot of advanced tax planning. If you have over $1 million in wealth dedicated for retirement, you really need a tax plan that has teeth to it. They're not just saying, well, let's take advantage of some market losses and counteract our gains. That's not a tax plan. That's just selling bad and selling good and trying to equal them out and not pay much taxes. There are some ways where you can multiply your tax savings to multiply what amount of money you keep in your pocket instead of giving to the tax man every year. And we have those strategies. So if you're a millionaire and want to find out about advanced tax planning strategies using easements, solar easements, I've used it myself a lot of times, where you can reduce your taxes by millions sometimes by taking advantage of the tax planning process and solar easements that exist out there. The government has, in that Green New Deal, there were some good options for high net worth individuals. So you wonder where all that money goes that the government takes from you, and like millions and trillions of dollars and it disappears. Well, it goes to good things sometimes too if you know the tax code. So tax planning is about looking ahead to protect your behind from the tax man. You see the information on the screen, folks. Feel free to call and claim one of your strategy sessions with the team. We make sure to explain everything in full detail, to put a plan, to put a playbook together for you for retirement, because everybody's different. Just like in the athletic world, when football coaches plan for retirement, every team that they have each year is different, and all the players are different, and the teams that they're playing are different. So we need to customize the strategy that makes sense for you and your family. We do it every day. Been doing it 32 years, by the way. Doesn't seem like it, but 32 years is a long time.
Wow.
And so I've seen about, and my team too has a lot of combined experience along with me, over 100 years experience here. But we've seen the ups and the downs, and we've also seen people make a lot of mistakes. And Albert Einstein said it well, Dave, when back in the day, he said that smart people learn from their mistakes, but geniuses learn from other people's mistakes.
Oh, that's right.
And so we've seen the mistakes, and we know what not to do. And that's important to get a plan with a planning team that understands lifetime income strategies, minimizing taxation, and putting you ahead of the curve instead of paying your broker a fee every quarter to do what they're doing. I don't know sometimes, but you end up with less in your pocket when you work with some of these planners, and they end up with more in their pocket. That's a bad equation.
Well, this is very interesting because you pointed out you've been doing this for 32 years, and this is your 8th solo book.
Yep.
And it's so much good information. But Coach, it's not just the concepts and talking about it like the kids on TikTok and so on. You actually have the experience.
Yeah, we know what we're talking about. I'm a retirement income certified professional too, RICP. I hate tooting my own horn, but a lot of people need to know what we are and what separates us.
Right.
We're a fiduciary planning firm, which means we always put your needs above ours. We don't take commissions out of your money, which is big these days in the financial world. There's a lot of commissions coming out of money if you're not careful. If you ever do a real estate investment trust with a broker, if let's say you put $100,000 in, $90,000 goes to your account. Guess where the other $10,000 goes?
To
To the broker's pocket.
Wow.
Never to be seen again, by the way, for you. So we do not authorize that, and we sure don't do that in my firm.
No, I love these plays. And you mentioned the consultation and claiming yours. And what's great is the great things people hear on this show, when they sit down with you or the team, they hear it as it pertains to them specifically.
Yeah. Well, that's what customization of planning means. A lot of folks hear that, but they don't know what it means. Or you go to see a planner, and the planner is giving you the same plan they gave the last 10 people that came in. How is that customized? How does that really benefit you and your family? Well, the answer is it doesn't. So, there's so many different planners out there. I mean, there's a million of them, it seems like, right? Financial planners, everybody claiming they're better than everybody else. You have to do what fits you, and you have to have that feeling. Like I've said before, when you're house shopping, you were a house shop before. When you walk in a certain place, you know it's not a house anymore, it's a home. Once it becomes a home, it's you. And so we want our plan to feel like a home for you. We want you to be familiar with it. We want you to be comfortable with it. We want you to be able to kick your shoes off and enjoy this plan. And that's what we do. You don't have to go shop for another plan if you have the right plan. You never have to shop again. So if you have lifetime income that could increase in the future to combat inflation, you have a tax plan added in there, you have a Social Security claiming strategy, you know how to file the right Medicare and all the drug programs and all that. When we have a total retirement plan, that's what we call it here, it's 22 steps behind the scenes to put you in control of retirement. It makes a lot of sense. And when you get into the right plan, it's the right one. You feel it. You trust your instincts. Ronald Reagan, of course, said trust but verify. Everything we do is in writing. So you have everything verifiable for you, and now you can explain it back to your family, and you can be the hero in your family, putting your family ahead of the financial world. There's a game going on here. Either the financial world's going to win, or you're going to win.
Right.
There's no two winners. So in this relay race of life, we've probably made it close to the finish line. We might have won the race already. Why do we continue to run? When you're there, you're there. You don't have to keep working. Call right now. Let's get a real plan put together for you and your family.
For the family.
Yep.
And feel at home in your retirement. And just call the number on your screen or text the number on your screen. More from Coach Pete's new book coming up on Financial Safari.
Folks, just like a perfect pass, your retirement plan needs precision and strategy. In the Big Book on Retirement, I lay out the game plan for your successful future. From the kickoff to the final whistle, the Big Book on Retirement covers every strategy you need for a winning retirement. I break it down like a football play, making it easy for you to understand and execute my strategies. The Big Book on Retirement is your playbook to success. Get your copy of the Big Book on Retirement today and start planning your victory party with me by your side all the way through retirement.
let me compare a couple of different options that are available to you right now besides fixed index annuities. You can compare this to your current 401k. Well, the 401k is great. It's done a great job of building your money up. The problem is it doesn't do a great job of helping you distribute that money to yourself over your lifetime. You can take a lump sum from your 401k, but you can't take lifetime income in there in a structured way because they don't offer that. And there's no guarantee that you won't run out of money. So 401k, good at building, bad at distributing. That's why we can roll that money tax-free into our very own fixed indexed annuity strategy with lifetime income. We call it a growth protection income account. Your money will grow, it'll lock that growth in, it'll protect that growth, and then it'll give you an income you can never outlive in the future. So that's why it grows, it protects that growth, it gives you lifetime income you can never outlive. Now, let's look at other annuities. We've got the variable annuity out there. A lot of brokerages sell the variable annuity. Now, I really mean that word sell too, because I've been licensed to offer variable annuities for over 30 years. I have not offered a single one to a client because none of them made sense. So these have to be sold, not bought. In other words, you need a salesperson to make it look real good so you can get into it, then wonder what you got into. I don't advise variable annuities. Some people like them, I don't like them. I don't like the way you could lose your money, your principal could be gone, and what good is it to have a retirement plan if your retirement plan's not there when you need it the most? Fixed annuities. Fixed annuities are great. They give you a standard amount of interest for a standard amount of time, sort of like a CD in the bank. It's not going to give you that growth potential you have in the fixed indexed annuity. Keep in mind, fixed indexed annuity, you're not going to get rich. You're not going to get poor. If you want market results, you are in the market. But the problem with market results, they go up and they go down. So if you want to eliminate the downside, there's no better option than a fixed indexed annuity. Over time, it will outperform a fixed annuity because the fixed annuity doesn't give you that upside potential that the fixed index does. But both of those, fixed and fixed index, give you the downside protection where you can never lose the money you put in due to market losses. Very, very important to understand everything that's out there in the world, especially the annuity world. Immediate annuity, you may have heard that before. It's also called an income annuity. That's when you give the insurance company a lump sum and they immediately start giving you an income. Now, this income can either be for life or it can be for a term certain. In other words, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and then it evaporates, it's gone because all the money's gone. So lifetime annuities, income annuities, fixed indexed annuities all make a lot of sense if we're trying to protect our money, have a great retirement, and not worried about what's happened in the market every single day. So to recap, it's important to look at where you are right now, have that diversification where you have some money in risk, some money in safety, but safe doesn't have to be boring. Money in a fixed indexed annuity can give you upside potential while making sure you have no downside and give you lifetime income you can never outlive. Now, the important thing about the lifetime income is that let's say you start taking lifetime income from this fixed indexed annuity and you live 30 years, you're still getting income, but the balance has gone down to zero. The last 7 years, the balance has been zero, but you still get income. You will never outlive your income in a fixed indexed annuity, even if your balance goes to zero. Now, let's say you pass away. Your spouse continues to get that same income for the rest of his or her life. Let's say you both pass away too soon. Whatever you put in goes to your next of kin. You've already assigned who's the chain of command, who's going to get that money when you're not here. So you never lose your money if done right. So make sure you're in the proper fixed indexed annuity. There's a lot of them out there. You may not be in the right one. Get an annuity review as soon as possible. Coach Pete here. We'll see you next time.
Our belief is a major concern is longevity risk.
I talk to some people almost every day who don't want to retire.
And that assumption is the market's just going to go up and up and up and up and up.
But once you reach 70, there's no benefit to working anymore unless you like to work.
You won't hit 80, 85 years old and run out of money.
Unfortunately, in the world we live in, there's many times where people show up to work and they're told they're not needed anymore.
Is you got to make sure you have your budget and you have your assets set up in position to take you out all the way to 110.
The first 10 to 15 years of retirement is when you should do all the fun things because there's no guarantees in life. The day you wake up today could be the last healthy day, so make sure you treat it that way and do everything you want to do when you can do it.
Memories with Grandpa.
My first job.
My fourth job.
Crazy road trips.
Our first date. Meeting our son.
Exploring our world.
Our world. Family and friends.
Our special song.
Secure your retirement by meeting with a financial advisor.
go to yourmoneydesk.com. We have a treasure trove of resources on the site where you can explore concepts like this and just get to know your own retirement a little bit better as you head into it.
One other site is retirementhealthcenter.com.
Yes,
we'll put them on the screen here, retirementhealthcenter.com. Videos, we try to keep them 4 minutes or less.
We do.
Because attention spans these days are about 4 minutes or less. And so, but they explain about anything you could ever thought of. We've done them on like everything from crypto to safe money to risk money to retirement income.
Both of these sites now have multiple calculators on them, so be sure to head over to yourmoneydesk.com.
Retirementhealthcenter.com. We talk to people every single week, and the problem seems to be confusion.
Yeah.
People are confused. I mean, there's three main things people want, though. When I whittle it down, I say, what's really important to you? One is safety.
Okay, yeah.
Now, safety in our life, like who doesn't want to be safe?
Yeah, right.
Now, how many seatbelts can you put on to be extra safe or too safe, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Safety, though, in life, in the financial world, means just making sure you're not taking too much risk with money you cannot afford to lose. Now, you may be able to afford to lose some money. Some people tell me, I can afford to lose a lot. And then they lose it. They stay in, like they put it all in one stock or something. They lose it, and then they realize they couldn't afford to lose it. So, so we don't want all our eggs in one basket. And diversification, that term comes to mind. It just means don't put everything in one place.
Yep.
Well, I've seen it over the years. I mean, way back in the day, it was 20 years ago now, when Nortel was a company. More than 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah, I remember
now.
that, yeah.
I had people come in. Nortel was going up like crazy, and they had all their retirement money in Nortel stock because they were able to do that back in the day. And I do remember, you may have heard this on the show before, but a fellow came in, and he had millions of dollars worth of Nortel stock, but nothing else. I said, what you really need to do is at least take half of this. You got a big gain. Lock some of this gain in.
Sure. Right.
And now you'll never have to worry again, even if the rest of the money goes to zero. So let's say if we take half the money in Nortel stock, liquidated $100 a share, that would be over $2 million in this particular instance. Let's put that into lifetime income strategies so that you can have income checks that will increase over your life, and you get financial fill-up every year, and then leave the other half, if you want to, in that Nortel stock, even though I thought that was way overbalanced to begin with, 50% at his age, which was in the 60s. But he left it alone. We met with him again after Nortel started to tank. Saw him when it was $10 a share. I said, still not too late, but I mean, you've basically lost $90 a share by not at least liquidating some.
Man.
The last time I heard, it was under $1 a share, and it's gone. So, I mean, I don't know if he ever liquidated, but...
Different asset classes, that's what you need.
Safety,
Yep,
Gary.
yep, exactly
Safety
right.
is very important when we're talking about our money if we're over 50 in that financial red zone, which some people loosely say within 10 years of retirement or in retirement. I say once you hit 50, you need to start paying attention because 50 years of your life is gone, and hopefully you're gonna live another 50, and hopefully during the first 50 you put enough money away to have an income plan or three to be able to carry you all the way through your life, no matter how long you live.
Right.
That's why we look at growth. So we need safety, we need our money to grow, growth. But then the most important part, the three big important ingredients of a successful retirement plan is income.
That's the big one.
Who cares what the lump sum is if you can't get income for life?
That's right.
Now, anyone can get income for 5 or 10 years, but when the money runs out, what happens next? So if you have your plan set up in a manner that it will never run out, guaranteed, by the way, in contract, never to run out, and always give you at least equal to the amount, monthly or yearly amount you got today, you can get all the way through your life.
Yeah.
And then when your spouse is still succeeding and still here and you're not, your spouse continues to get that income check. So you're not going to leave anybody out to dry, in other words.
Do you hear that? That's me enjoying my retirement. Traveling around the world to play golf, where I want, when I want, with whomever I want. Even got some customized clubs. Because years ago, I rolled over my IRA with the help of a local trusted advisor. Contact us to get started today. This is a no-cost, no-obligation retirement review to help educate and enlighten.
welcome back to Financial Safari. I hope you're having a great day. Thanks for spending some time with us. We are here with the best-selling author and America's wealth coach, Coach Pete. Coach Pete, on your new book, congratulations. Now, this is a very good read, The Big Book on Retirement. Yep. We absolutely love it. We're going to ask you some questions out of the book today. Yeah, now, the book has, you're probably talking about the chapter where I give people questions to ask your advisor. Your current advisor or someone who's trying to sell you something, or these are very important questions. And
a lot of people don't know what to ask.
Well, most people don't, or if they ask the wrong thing, and sort of like going to the car lot and kicking the tires of the car. Once they see you do that, they know they got a sucker on their hands. Kicking the tires, what good does that do?
None.
That's what I do when I go to buy a car too, by the way.
Right.
I thump the melons, it's a sturdy car.
Right. This is applicable to.
Tire didn't fall off. It must be good.
Right, but these are applicable to anything.
These questions are very good, in life in general, not just for the financial world, but these are questions you must ask or you must have answered in your head before you ever commit to putting your money or your decisions anywhere. Buying a house, this comes in handy too. Buying a car, but especially any financial products and strategies. These are good questions. So I'll let you guys
we'll go back
just
and
ask
forth.
me whatever questions you want from the book. But these are good ones to ask. So you folks, if you want to write these down or you get the book, they're in the book on page 30 and 31, if I remember correctly.
You're exactly right. And I love the big print in the book too.
Yes, thank you for big print.
I do love that. When you're sitting down with someone talking about something as important as your retirement, if they recommend something, you want to ask. Like, for instance, why is this a good investment for me?
Why is this good for me?
Right.
What's in it for me? WIFN.
Right.
One of the best stations on radio ever. WIFM. What's in it for me?
Right.
And if the advisor stumbles around because they're in the back of their head, they're thinking about what's in it for them, who's got two thumbs is going to make a lot of commission on you? Them sometimes.
Right.
So be very careful. Why is it a good thing for me and my family? Right? And then there's a lot of other questions then. You go to what are you designing or what do you think is good for me, but why is it very important. Let them in their own words tell you why it's good for you.
And their answer sometimes could give you red flags or encouragement.
Exactly. And so if it gives you encouragement, ask them another question. What's that?
Which is, what is the potential downside? This is me. I always ask what's the downside?
Yeah, what can happen wrong?
Right.
Because, the problem with the sales profession is they're trained to tell you all the good things and sweep the bad things under the carpet. I've always read contracts from back to front because I know in contracts they hide the bad stuff in the back.
So true.
Or
good
prospectus.
idea.
You ever seen a mutual fund prospectus? It could be up to 500 pages. They usually hide the junk in the middle, and the print is about 5-point type. They call that mouse print, basically. You can barely read it. I can't. I need a magnifying glass almost. That's why I wrote my book here. This new book is 14-point type. A lot easier to read for any age we're at. Not gigantic words, and it's not Braille, but it's there for you. It's really good.
Yeah.
We're gonna have an audiobook out soon too for folks that can't read at all or have trouble reading, or some people's eyes water when they read. When they get older, things happen. So we're gonna have an audiobook with sound effects that'll be out in about
to listen to when you're driving.
Yes,
this is what I love about audiobooks
and stuff like that.
Absolutely. How about this one? How can I get out of this if I want to?
You need an exit strategy.
Very important question. You should never get into anything until you know how you're going to get out. So think from the back to the front again.
All right.
The Hotel California, if people had asked that question, maybe they wouldn't have checked in to begin with.
Right.
Because what can you do, Jackie? You can check in any time, but
you can never leave.
So we want to make sure that if we're getting into an investment, we want to make sure the rules for us to get out. Is there other tax rules? Are there fees? Are there extra commissions when you exit or something like that? So you need to ask all these questions. And again, you can get the answers verbally, or you can get them in writing. What do you think's better?
In writing.
In writing.
Right.
So make sure when you ask these questions, maybe you submit them by email. And you say, I like what you're talking about so far, but can we answer these questions?
Good idea.
And do a Columbo. Don't give them all the questions at the beginning. Let them answer some and then say, that's great, but one more question.
Right.
Save the zinger to the last time.
Right.
And watch them either enthusiastically answer your question or never answer or tell you some things you might not want to hear.
Exactly.
They might have to go to church on Sunday and wash their mouth out.
Or bail out on you altogether because you've asked too many questions.
They ghost you, they call it. My daughter is 18. They have a term in that world where they call it ghosting.
Yes.
And that's when someone just stops talking to you or ignores you or disappears. So if your advisor does that before you get in, aren't you glad you didn't get in to begin with? What if they had ghosted you afterward? That's happened a lot of times, unfortunately, in my lifetime, hearing about other advisors. There was one advisor who got everyone's money and then stole it, basically, and then staged a plane crash where he wasn't in the plane. He parachuted out. He had a cadaver he got from somewhere of a body with the same kind of dental things that he did. And so the plane crash happened. They found out because somebody recognized him somewhere in some other country. That's
With all that work he put into it, couldn't he have just done a good job?
You can imagine you cost yourself a plane. Of course, he probably rented it maybe.
Yeah.
Oh.
People go to extremes.
They really do.
To do that. So you don't want your advisor parachuting out on you in any form of fashion.
Right. I would be asking, is my principal protected, Coach Pete?
Yeah, your principal, of course, is the money you start with. Now, Will Rogers used to say, it's not the return on my money, it's the return of my money that's more important. So I want return on and of. Can we have two prepositions?
Well, you talk about GPI.
On and of?
Growth Protection Income.
Yes, we have a GPI plan. It's called Growth Protection Income. What does that mean? Well, if you have the right strategy put in place, you can grow. Your money can grow when the market goes up. You get to share in the gains. But when the market goes down, your money's protected. You don't go down with the money in the market. So it's great to be able to share in the gains, but not the losses. And then you keep ratcheting up. When the market's down, you're staying up. When the market recovers, you're moving up, up, up. And then in the future, you decide what kind of, when you decide when you want, and you decide to flip the switch, you get a lifetime income you can never outlive. Very valuable information to know about retirement planning, because we're all going to get to the retirement world. And we want to make sure our money gets there too, but we also want to make sure our money stays there all the way through our life in the form of giving us a yearly or monthly paycheck we can never outlive. Also for our spouse, by the way, and if we pass away too soon or anytime we pass away, whatever's left there goes on to your next of kin, your beneficiaries, your family members. Your money does not disappear when you disappear.
Which is nice.
Very, very important, folks.
No, it seems to be like somebody who's not a fiduciary is not going to tell you what are the fees and how are the fees applied.
Yeah, if there are fees, are there fees in this? What are they? Who's making them? And how they applied, and when can I get out of the fees, or are the fees forever? Are they forever fees, or is it a one-time fee, or anything like that? So you need to know that. I mean, I try to find places that have no fees, no commissions coming out for my clients, and make sure that every dollar you put in goes to work for you. And it is possible. Believe it or not, it still is possible, even though the people that make the fees get a lot more money, so they can spend a whole lot more money advertising to entice you to put money in a place you shouldn't put it in to begin with.
Right.
Dave?
Absolutely.
How does that make sense?
Well, it does not make sense, and that's why I love the questions. It's in the big book on retirement, which Coach P can say he wrote, the big book on retirement.
I can say I wrote the book on retirement.
The book on retirement. It's big.
I can say it because I did write it. What do you mean I can say it?
No, right. You did write it.
I did.
I love this question because it's who benefits from this investment the most? My family or your family?
Well, again, I always said, whose retirement are you planning? Yours or your brokers? If they have a lot of fees, expenses, commissions coming out, financial termites every year, and your value's not really going up, they're constantly making money off your money. That's not fair. It's not, and I don't like that, and we don't approve that at our firm. So we want your money to go work for you. We're fiduciaries for a reason. We want to put your needs ahead of ours. We want to make sure to be able to meet with you every year and have you high-five us because the plan we put together for you really did work as we said. So if you're interested in getting your own plan put together by our team, we call it a total retirement plan. It's Coach Pete's Power Plan. You call right now, claim it for the next 10 of you call. You'll get it at no cost or obligation. Others have charged over $1,000 for plans like this, not even as good. And if you have it over $1 million dedicated to retirement, our strategies do work best for you. But as long as you have $200,000 for retirement, we'll help you as soon as next week. I've been in the financial arena for 32 years. I have a staff with a combined experience of over 100. We're going to educate you on our webinar coming up, folks. Tune in shortly.